Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's be free Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today here at the Card Maker Success Summit. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Tamar Perry, and I'm pleased to be here. I think the third or fourth, maybe, summit that I'm presenting. And I made a really, really special project for you today. I hope you had a chance to look at it. And these are the cards that I made, and these are set of 12 cards that are very easy to make, fast, and you can just make a bunch of them ahead of time with a variety of sentiments that you can just add them later on when you're ready to give a card, and they're good for any occasion. So I hope you had a chance to look at it and that you enjoyed it. I usually, when I make cards, I like to sit down and make a whole series. I don't just do one or two, very rarely, unless it's a very complicated card. So when I sit down, I have like an assembly line and I cut all of my parts and then I make them. They're each different than the other. They're not 12 all the same, but that's how I like to do it. And then I usually put them in a box, like I can show you, for example, this one. I made like a box with cards. And it's also nice if you want to give it as a gift to somebody because they can just open it up and they have all of the cards inside. So you can decorate the box, which is also fun. That's a lot of what I do. Besides doing cards, I make, if you can see behind me, I make a lot of scrapbooking album. It's one of the things that I enjoy doing. And I put a lot of tutorials on my website and my YouTube channel that you can always go there and find walkthrough of them and a lot of free tutorials as well. So that's a fun. Um, that's it. Basically, I live in Florida. As you can see, we have nice sun today. It's always a plus. Um, I'm a new grandmother. I have a 9-month-old grandchild, which I adore. So I have a nice subject to make cards for and scrapbooking projects. And that's it. To say so, Casey asked a question if the link to my handout doesn't work for the supply list for where I purchased the foam sheets. I don't remember which link I put there. I've done that a while ago, but you can always go into Amazon and use some search word like craft white foam sheets. The size is 12 by, let me see, I think it's 12 by 9 or something like that. They're 2 millimeters thick, and I buy them in packs of 10. They're about $7, $8. So they're readily available in most craft stores. Um, is the foam you use thicker than craft foam? No, it's the same one, but craft foams come in variety of sizes. So 2 millimeters is good. You can always opt for thicker ones. For cards, I don't. I think 2 millimeters is sufficient. And it's also light, which is the way I like to use it. Um, Hi, Ida, I know you. How do I file my scraps, or do I keep any? I keep all my scraps. I have a method that if I do a project and I think I have enough scraps in there to do another project, I just keep them in a little plastic bag and they go into this big container. And then if I just feel like doing a quick project or a quick card, I'll just pull that and use. If I don't have a lot, that I'm just cut them into squares of 3x4 or 5x7 and keep them in shoe boxes. And I have, I kid you not, maybe like 15 shoe boxes full. So that's how I store my scraps. And I don't throw away my scraps really, very rarely. I like working with scraps. It's fun. I love that you made multiple cards. Do you give them or send them? I do both. Like I said, if I do a set like this, I will gift them to somebody. I gift a lot of them sometimes. I do have it for sale on my website. Actually, I've just started putting a lot of new product out there. But whatever I don't sell, I donate them to the nursing home in our area in Florida. We have a lot of nursing homes, and my mother is in one. So I usually just bring boxes of them, and they give it to their residents to use. Um, Especially during the holiday times. I thought the tip about adding adhesive to a sheet of foam in the sizes you will be using. Um, I thought your tip about adding it's missing a question. Is there a question? I'm not sure. But I I take my sheets of foam, and because I do two main size cards, I do either A2 or A7, and I prepare them ahead of time, and then I just keep them in a box. So it's my go-to. When you know you have a certain style, then just prepare them ahead of time. But if you do a whole set, you don't need to use what you already have. Sometimes I also just take a piece of cardstock and fold it. If you have leftover cardstock, you just fold it a few times and use that. Okay, that box is so fun. Do you have instructions for making the box? Yes, actually, I should have instructions on my YouTube channel somewhere for making different sizes. But when I do a tutorial for a set of cards, I usually include the tutorial for the box as well. I can show you more different kinds. Like I have them in different sizes. Like this is a box that I made for just one card. And I think it's so pretty to just give a card in a box. I know I'm kind of sucker for that. Like, I didn't put the sentiment in there. I just made this already, the card. But when you give something like this inside the box, it's really cute because I usually don't send my cards. I hand them out. Here's another one. So I put like flowers and I decorate it. And over here I left it empty so that I can write the name maybe of a person that I'm giving it to. And then I think it's a really nice way of handing a gift to somebody or a card to somebody, so everything is there. That's what I usually do. What is my YouTube channel called? My YouTube is Tamar Perry Art. So it's my name plus art. TamarPerryArt. And I try to put free stuff in there, a lot of free tutorials. But on my website is creative-treasures.com. And I have a section there for tutorials and classes as well. So you can see the free tutorials there. And I also sometimes post just old projects that you can flip through and see. Just to give you different ideas. Do you use neutrals or do you use bold colors too? I use a lot of bold colors. I'm a very, very colorful person. I'll show you one. I've done like a rainbow. So again, this comes in the box. This is a big box, and you can tell the subject is butterflies. But each card here in the series will have a different color, so they're all different colors. So yeah, I use butterfly, and then you have like a sleeve that comes out, and the inside is also colorful. So I like colors. This is an example of another set. These are really, really, really colorful cards. So I like colors. I did neutrals because I know people like that. And I was thinking, what can I do that most people will have readily available? So I figured with neutrals, everybody will have maybe a craft color cardstock and brown maybe. Do you have a least favorite color? My least favorite color is probably periwinkle, which is like a cross between a blue and a purple. It's not really blue and it's not really purple. It's in between, just because it's very hard for me to match it to other colors. So if I use periwinkle, it's like most of the time I'll just use gold with it because it goes together well. That's my least favorite color. My favorite colors change. I get stuck on something and then I'll move to something else. Do you make your own scrapbook albums? Oh, absolutely. Have in the back of me, as I can see, this one I made for my daughter's shower. I made a couple of tutorials. I have a lot of tutorials for scrapbooking, but I make the mini albums. I don't do the big 12 by 12 ones. They're just too big. I do make sometimes pages, but I don't keep them. I don't do them for keeping. Okay, so when gifting your cards, do you choose sentiments in advance or do you include a variety of sentiments for the person receiving? So a lot of times I will keep it blank, and I will print out a sheet, which you have in the sheet that you have, the free downloadable sheet that you have. I gave you a whole bunch of sentiments in different fonts. So I will print them. Sometimes I might change the color, and then I will cut them out and I'll put a little tape in the back so that the person can just put it on with the tape and decide what to do. Uh, if I am making cards to sell, I might just do a whole bunch of thank you cards or a whole bunch of just a note or something general like that. So it depends on the project, I guess. Another thing with the sentiments is a lot of times I'll make cards with really big, like let me see, show you an example. All right, so here, this one, I made a foil sentiment, so I will add it to the card already because it's integrated into the card. Oh. Okay, I'm sorry, I saw a question and it went away. Are these mini albums you've made on the shelves above? Yes. So this is I make 8x8. I can show you a couple of examples. Yeah, but as you can see, they're all, you see in the back over there, I have more. I have a lot of them. So yeah, this is an example of an album that I made a free tutorial for. You can have it in the YouTube. You have a link for it and download the free tutorial for it. But I like making tutorials so that you can take it, learn how to make it, and then do your own. So it's very, very detailed, and with the same tutorial, you can do any album that you want. So this is one size that I do. I also make smaller ones like the 6x6 ones, and I make 6x4 ones that are cute. And I make simple ones like card size little things. It's more like an interactive card slash mini. These are, take a couple hours to make, and they're also a lot of fun. Another thing that I do a lot is I do a card, and I'll take the cards and integrate them into my mini albums. It's a new thing that I'm doing now. For example, I want to show you. This is something that I've done a few months ago. So it's the same version as the small one that I showed you. It's just bigger. And inside, I have cards that come out. So the person can take the card, and it's an actual card, but it's integrated into, and I put them into the pocket, and they're integrated right into the mini album. Yeah. And over here too, it's another card. Just another way of using it. Okay. Do you make cards without die cuts? I don't have one, so I'm excited when I see demos that are made without die cutters. Absolutely. I make a lot of cards without any die cuts. I do like it, but I make a lot of cards without it. Sometimes I hand cut my things. I fussy cut around cardstock paper that comes with elements in it, and I will cut them with my scissors and use those in my, I think I have something that I can demonstrate here for you. All right. Oh, here's like pocket cards that I made. Actually, it's part, if you have if you have like VIP pass, I think the class is part of it. But this is without die cutting. It has just straight cutting with scrapbooking paper. So that's one. And oh, here's another one. You can just take pieces of paper and cut them and put them in. So it depends on what you have. A lot of scrapbooking companies in their scrapbooking paper will have things to cut out, or they'll have a package of die cuts that are already there with the images. So I like using them, and I take it and I apply it. Now, what's the cardboard weight I use for my boxes? Just the regular 110 cardstock. You can also take two 110s and glue them together, and they'll become a little stiffer, but 110 is good enough. Okay. I'm just going to put this away because it'll fall, knowing me. Ah, isn't that fun? Oh, that's it. We are out of time. I really want to thank everybody for spending the last 20 minutes with me here and watching my tutorial. And if you have any questions, please put them in the Facebook group, and I'll do my best to answer you. Have a good rest of the summit.